Let's adjust it so we can see my ugly mug. Alright. It is Sunday. I was going to take notes and I fucked that off. So here we go. Let's do this cold. Enthusiast Workshop. Start there. I got some for Enthusiast Workshop. I had a gentleman contact me. Well, he put up via interwebs, looking basically for welding lessons. Wants to learn how to weld. I contacted the gentleman, he contacted me back. Well, see, he's an enthusiast. Understand? And he's got a workshop, a little third stall of his garage in Ankeny. I think you gather a vague direction where we're going. So what's going to happen? The gentleman's name is Nate. I will be introducing him to you all in footage I shoot tomorrow. And in return for me having footage that I can give you guys a really cool project for Enthusiast Workshop, I'm going to help him learn a little bit of welding, brazing, whatever he wants. Basically, let him have free time at the shop with the tools, with guidance and instruction. He's got his own welder at home that he can get basics and then go home and practice type of deal. And that's what it takes, is practice, just over and over and over again. Repetition. There we go. Sorry. Repetition is what makes a good welder. You start to get where you can feel it, you can see it. But so he's got a project in mind. He's going to bring in what we need to build the project. I'm going to help build the project. We're going to shoot footage when we get done. Who knows, maybe we've made a new friend. But he gets his project and I get the footage. And we both can be very happy about that. I figured that was the only reasonable, fair thing to do. I couldn't in good conscience charge a guy to teach him how to weld and help him build this project. That it's going to be a lot of fun for us. It's going to be it's going to be a good deal of fun for everybody. I think the interaction there is going to be really cool. He's seen the channel, and he'll probably interact with folks that throw down on this project, that ask or want to know or whatever. So, okay, I've got the next step for Enthusiast Workshop. We're going to start working on a project here soon. We really got into everything except for showing basics about paint guns on Enthusiast Workshop. So, I'll shoot that footage next week and start editing footage again. I got some footage to get up today too. Alright, that aside, I'm behind on the Monte Carlo, and that really pains me. I'm going into the second week of February, and it's not in paint. I'll be putting it in sealer next week. What do? I got the paint, the sealer I got, God, what was it, Wednesday or Thursday night? I got it Thursday night late, and it was cold. You couldn't mix it and shoot it. It was just too cold. It needed to sit for a day. So that's where I'm at with that fun. Collision parts didn't show up Wednesday, showed up Friday. So I got half a week I'm going to be dickering with that and getting it where I want it, because the rear end was hit worse than I thought. I'll get you footage to that. That's up and coming. I should be able to be hit in 1 or 2 videos. I started shooting a siding rack I was building on an old car trailer for a guy. The trailer was twisted to shit. You know, you just never know what's going to come in the shop. The trailer was twisted to shit, and I actually straightened it out quite a bit through the rails, the rack I put on it, because I used 1 3/4 11 gauge tubing, square tubing, and then I use 14 gauge 1.5 by 3 for the cross members because they're putting that aluminum scaffold, aluminum plank, aluminum pole on there. And there's a bunch of broken welds and shit. It was unsafe. So me being a reasonable human fucking being, I welded up all those spots. They were where I was connecting bracing for the ladder rack, so I guess I gave my work away, which I preach no one should ever do. I couldn't send something out unsafe though. I couldn't be like, that needs welded, and that needs welded. Have a nice day. Because they didn't know. They're sighters. I'm not saying they're dumb. Fuck, I pushed sighting a lot of years. It's a hard gig. And nobody needs their sighting rack to come apart on the highway. Fancy me this notion. What I'm assuming they have on site to haul. He bought probably a $300 or $400 trailer. Paid someone $600 to build a siding rack on it, a rack for all of his scaffolding on it, and he's gonna put $4 or $5 grand worth of siding scaffold on it. Spend the money where you got to, I suppose, right? Alright, so that's the week. There's not a lot going on, not a lot not going on. Did some house cleaning and such, kind of like spring cleaning. Around here it's been real trippy. It was up in the 40s, 50s, even damn near hit 60 in January. And then before that, it was down sub-zero every night. Last week it got fucking cold again, got sub-zero at night, and got up into the 20s in the day, about 30. We got a hell of a snowfall. I get up this morning, it's 36 degrees outside. Here's one thing about Iowa. If you're a native, you'll understand. If you don't like the weather, just wait around about an hour, it'll change. Big, flat state in the middle of everything. I do like it here. Goodness. Things have been pumping and popping. I'm trying to push metalwork, and I think I'm starting to get a response, a vibe on that, you know. You line your mindset in one venue, in one idea, and the universe answers. I fervently believe that, be it personified as God, the gods, the universe, karma, however you want to personify it, whatever makes you warm and fuzzy. But if you really visualize it and focus on it, it'll come to you. Why do I want to push the metalwork? Quite frankly, I'm better at metalwork. I'm faster at metalwork. I can get better prices for metalwork. We got a lot of guys that can do good bodywork around here. We got a lot of guys that can do good paint around here. Better paint than me. They can do graphics and designs and all sorts of crazy shit. They're expensive. I know they're more expensive than I am. Metalwork and fiberglass work. Those are two things that seems nobody wants to really dicker with. They don't have the skills, they don't have the confidence, they don't have the desire. That's probably the big one. Because who in their right fucking mind wants to take a plasma cutter to a car and chop it up? No. I won't call myself in my right mind. But I should have what sounds like a 1-ton, like a C30. 69 C30 guy wants to transplant cabs. His doors, his hood, his fenders are all okay, but his cab is shot. So I gotta figure out what it's gonna take to strip the old cab, pull it off the body, put the new cab on, so forth and so on. He's gonna come by tomorrow. I think he's dropping the cab off, so I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I gotta see a project. I gotta touch a project before I can start quantifying what it's gonna take. Putting a cab on is not a big deal. It's really not. But I gotta take the whole front end apart. Engine, transmission, everything's gonna be in the truck when we do this, so it's gonna complicate matters. Gotta pull the steering column, pull all the electrical. He's probably gonna have to rewire the whole fucking truck at that point. So we'll see where this goes. We'll see how far down the rabbit hole this one goes. The guy worked for me for a couple days last year, so damn thoughtful of him. That's it, really. There's no woes, there's no troubles, there's no grief, there's no... I'm watching the world fall apart. You know, what do you do about that? Nothing. You keep tidying up your own little corner. You know, oil is sliding. Greece is crashing financially, fiscally. Jordan is, their king, is bombing the shit out of this militant organization hell-bent on dominating the Middle East. Their king climbed into a fucking plane and went on bombing raids. Their ruler, their Jordan's leader, was so moved and upset with his pilot being burnt alive, which is horrific and horrible, that he climbed into a plane and is proceeding to kill the murderous bastards that killed his pilot. Okay. I can respect a leader like that. I think he could truly be a hero for the people worldwide. I think it's in this day and age, this analytical day and age, that's where we've come to, is where have all our heroes gone? We don't have heroes anymore. We have athletes who eventually get caught up on dope charges or dogfighting charges. We have actors who don't really have a relevant fucking foothold in this world. They act. They pretend to be someone else for money. That's fine. I have a high esteem for actors, but I'm not going to put them on a pedestal. I guess that's it. You know, where have our heroes gone? There was a time that we had citizens, politicians, even athletes that we could look up to in honorific ways. They put their money to something grand and amazing. And there's some out there who quietly go about this. I don't know. It's a weird world out there. Man, with that note, I reckon I'm pretty much wrapped up here today. Got my morning chain smoke out of the way so I can mellow out and than one of these a day. I'm happy. Last week I cranked up. I puffed on almost 2 packs one day. It was a long day. The moving statement of the day is, I guess, be your own hero. Be your children's hero. Make your own little corner better. Be good to one another, because without one another we don't have anything. I'm gonna get the fuck off here. I'm gonna go and make waffles for my family, because I don't have the luxury of my children being here next weekend. So I'll be in the shop working. Ooh, shop working. High side. I got a Lexus SUV I gotta repair a bumper cover on. Push a quarter panel around on. And I don't know, I could get up to maybe $1,000 worth of work, but it's for a buddy of mine. And he's gonna come in and get the hard enclosure built for the paint booth, instead of shooting primer in a fucking tent. Shooting primer in a fucking tent. And he's going to do that in the next week or so. I got most of what I need for ventilation set up. I'm going to have to run duct work and an air exchange. I'll manufacture those myself. But that's kind of exciting, guys. The first real hard enclosure I've ever had to squirt paint in. I don't think I can express enough how excited I am. I'll have to pull out my MC and my Romex and everything and get it wired up. Get all that wired up proper so that I can get it plugged into power and on a switch. So we're moving up in the world. We're heading the direction we want to head, right? One foot in front of the other. Alright, that's enough. I'm fucking out of here.